All right, so I just did a tutorial on Tux Guitar, and in the process, I found something that could probably be better. All right, so there's a program called MuseScore, which is also free. All right, so and it looks more up to date. It looks more accessible. So we're just going to search for MuseScore. Here we go. Here's the site, musescore.org. It's a great software. Here's the download for Windows 10. Okay, let me see if it's available for Mac. We're going to download. All right, if we go to the download link, not just the quick download, we can see download for Mac. There's older versions. We have the download for Windows, 32-bit version, in case you have a 32-bit machine. And we have the alpha version, which is the kind of cutting edge version, which might be buggy. So if I were you, I would not go for the alpha version just yet. I'm going to install it after this, actually. But I'm going to go to download for Windows 64-bit because that is my computer. I'm sure the process is very similar for Mac. I don't think it's going to come up as an unidentified developer, but if it does, again, you can look at the macworld.co.uk, I believe is the site, for the instructions to install an app that's from an unidentified developer. Again, this is a reputable company. They help education. They help a lot of people to get resources all around the world. So very, very, very recommended. I'm going to double click it, and it didn't give me any errors downloading it. I'm going to hit run, and it didn't even flash the screen like before. So we're going to install it next, accept the terms, sign my life away, and install. Okay. Oh, it just asked me if you'll allow the app to make changes. Obviously, you hit yes. All right, done. That's all it took. Okay, that was way quicker than Tux Guitar and way less problematic. But again, I've never used this program, so this is my first time running it. So I have no idea what's going to happen right now. Okay, check for updates. Yeah, check automatically. Here's a start center. I know there's also an option to look at tutorials. Here's the online video course. That looks pretty cool. I'm going to go to open a score. Okay. So opening a score, you can open up a number of different files. It looks like you can open up music XML. You can open up a number of different formats. If we look at it, there's there's all these different ones. Let's see. Overture, BB files, that's Band in a Box, and Guitar Pro and PowerTab. PowerTab might be another good one. But those are the files you can open. I'm going to leave it on all supported files. And I'm going to go. Okay, so I'm looking at some different files here. I'm going to go to prideandjoy.g. Okay, that's all I had to put in. GP3. All right, I'm going to right-click it. And I'm going to go to Open With. And on Windows, I have to choose another app because it probably didn't register right away. And I'll go to More Apps and look for MuseScore. There it is, right here. If this is the only program you have to edit tabs, then you want to click this. Always use the app to open GP3 files, okay? I'm going to do that for now. I don't really care. It's fine. All right. And it opened up Pride and Joy, okay? So I'm going to go back, and we're going to do it a different way. Actually, the first way I was planning on doing it. I'm going to open the path up. I'm going to copy this path. All right, so this is the other way to get it. You go to Open, and you go to the path where your guitar stuff is saved, and I'm going to open it this way. This is corrupted. All right. Well, we don't want that one, do we? We're going to go to Little Wing. It's not corrupted. Okay, so what I see right now is a little disconcerting because it's just notation. And even though that's great, and you should learn notation if you need to. Let's see if it plays. Okay, it does play. That's great. Now, the problem here is that a lot of us, including myself, benefit from having tab there, especially if it's like, if you're not actually looking to learn the song really intensely, it's good to just have a tab to kind of go off of. So let's see if we can view the tab. Again, I have no idea how to use this program. We're going to go to View, and is there a tab thing here? It doesn't. And this is kind of a little bit difficult compared to the other one. The other one just opens up right away with your tab. This one has notes initially, okay? So you have to do a little bit of changing to it. You have to go to Edit, Instruments, and then on the right-hand corner, right-hand part of the screen, you select Staff 1 or whatever your instrument is. And I think you can even, you might be able to change the instrument, but I'm not 100% sure about that right now. But anyway, we want to go to Add Linked Staff. So now we have two staffs right here. And this is a bass clef, but we'll see what happens there. We're going to go to Tab 6 String Full. And we're going to hit OK. And then now we have the display that we're used to seeing at least most of the time. Okay, we're used to seeing this notes on the top, tab on the bottom. Okay, now we can also change that. We can go to, again, we can go to Instruments, but we can also hit the I key. Just hit I. And then we can actually delete this one right here if we want. We go to Remove, and now we have just Tab. And as we notice here, this tab also has notation information, okay? So if we look in here, we'll see that there are eighth notes represented here. There are 16th notes, 2 bars, and even a little, like a 32nd note here. So yeah, two flags is a 16th note, 1 flag is an 8th note, 3 flags is a 32nd note, and so on and so forth. And I think, yeah, they show triplets here. So this is a really full-on tab that you can look at. You can see all the information. If you want to simplify this, again, press I, and then you can go to 6-string common, which let's see what that changes it to. Okay, this is just a different format for the timing information. I think it looks a little bit more clear, actually, to me. But let's make it even more simple. Pressing I, tablature, 6-string, simple. So this doesn't even have timing information, okay? So you'd have to really use your ears for this, which for some songs, you can just kind of follow along. Also, if we hit play by pressing the space bar, nice, very good. So that works great. One thing, I'd like to go back to the common view. Actually, I'm going to press I again, and I'm going to go to tab 6-string common and hit OK. I think I like this one the best, really. You have the dots, you have all the different flags, you have, it tells you what the triplets are. Great. Okay, so now that we're here, let's figure out how to change the tempo. Okay, I don't see it. I see a metronome. And that's good. Just click on the metronome. Awesome. I'm going to leave the metronome on because metronomes are really helpful. Let's see about the time. Concert pitch. Image capture. You can capture images. That's great. Let's see. View. Man, I do find that this is definitely a little more complicated, but if you can learn it, I think it's going to be super valuable. All right, so to edit the tempo, all we have to do is go over to the tempo, but you click on the tempo at the beginning of the score. And then you can go over to the right, and you see the tempo here. You can change that to 75, say. Right? And it doesn't reflect it here. Let me see if I can get it to reflect. No, I can't get it to reflect. Let me make this bigger. Oh, okay. So I couldn't get it to reflect there, but I'm going to take this off and then go back to 75 and then hit play. Oops. Definitely slower. Okay, so if we want to make it faster, you click on that again, and we'll put a 1 in front of it, make it really fast. So you get it. That's fine. All right, so this is another way, and you know, in some ways this is better. In some ways you might not like it as much. I'm going to do some research right now and see how I can get it to automatically adapt to the screen as we zoom. Okay, I found an even better way to get to the tempo. I tried a different way before and it was a little bit convoluted. So let me show you an even better way. We're going to kind of customize the view that we're looking at right now. And we're going to do that by going to this palette thing here and hitting an X. Because we don't really need this. So we're going to click that out. Over to the right, we have the inspector, which can come in handy, but we're going to get rid of that too. All right, so now all we have is the score in front of us, okay? Again, I wish this was a little bit easier to zoom, like it would auto fit, but it doesn't. Then we're going to go to View, and we're going to keep this open, the play panel. All right, the play panel will alter the metronome volume and the tempo very easily, way easier than I was doing it. And also has the play buttons up here and repeat buttons. All right, so I'm going to hit play. So there you go, much easier. So as soon as you start the program, I would go to View, Play Panel. All right, I'm going to do some research now and figure out how to get the document to be a little bit easier to read and zoom through. All right, now we're going to look at a few ways to view the tab that are a little bit different, because it's not quite as easy to zoom in as the other program, but it's totally doable. One thing that we can do is obviously we can still control and drag the mouse wheel to zoom. We can also go to the top here. We can go to page width. Unfortunately, it doesn't take this thing into account, which is really kind of annoying, but it's not that bad. All right, so I'm gonna hit it. It's way easier to view it this way. All right, so you can see that, and if I zoom again, it's gonna go out of focus. So you want to hit page width, or you can hit whole page, which doesn't really do the job on my monitor. So page width usually is pretty good. Another thing you can do is go over to this part here. You have single page, which will you'll have to scroll down through the whole thing, which can also be cool depending on how you want to see it. And I think we can also put whole page on here too, and it would only have one page. But again, that doesn't really work with my particular monitor. So back to page width. Now, there's also a really cool function on here for continuous viewing, which puts it all in one line. All right, so you go to continuous view. It's kind of small, but what happens is it does like a side-scrolling thing. I'm going to speed it up. So that's pretty cool. And you can zoom in on this, and it's still very, very clear. MuseScore has great rendering, especially for a free program. So it's great for like looking at individual sections and just kind of playing along. So I think that covers all of it. We've looked at how to install MuseScore, how to open up a tab. Again, it's compatible with all Guitar Pro formats. And we've looked at how to look at the different versions of the staff. You know, we can view the notes. We can view the notes along with a tab. we can view just the tab, and we can also view various different versions of tab, which is great. And lastly, or second to lastly, we learned how to edit the tempo using the play panel. And then finally, we looked at different views to make it a little bit easier. One thing you're going to find is that this isn't as plug and play of a solution as Tux Guitar. Tux Guitar is very, very easy to just open up a tab and go for it. The difference is that Tux Guitar doesn't look this nice. It's a little more fiddly when it comes to the tempo. And I would also say that the different ways to view the tab and the notes, you're not going to get that in Tux Guitar. So even though there's a little bit more of a learning curve to this, I think this is a great option for viewing tabs.